Oh my gosh, this guy is a genius. The first time he visited his girlfriend's house, he noticed the tap water was cloudy, which could be harmful if consumed over time. So he came up with a clever solution to fix the problem. First, he grabbed 2 empty water bottles. He removed the faucet's rubber gasket and the clamp from the bottom. Then, he took a piece of electrical tape and sealed the top of the faucet before twisting it clockwise by 180 degrees. Next, he added a few drops of super glue and baking soda, being careful not to use too much to avoid blocking the water outlet. He continued to layer it slowly, drop by drop, until it matched the effect shown in the video. After that, he peeled off the electrical tape. Then, he drilled a small hole in the upper third of one side of the bottle, inserted a sealing ring into the threaded connector, placed it inside the bottle, and tightened it with an internal connector. He repeated the same process with the second bottle. Next, he headed to the river to gather some free sand and used a strainer to separate the larger stones from the fine sand. To ensure safety, he thoroughly washed the sand to remove any debris and mud, repeating the process until the water ran clear. After that, he cut off the elbow connected to the faucet and created a straight pipe that connected a T-fitting to the elbow. He applied a generous amount of strong adhesive to the joint to ensure it was sturdy and durable. To make the water flow changes more noticeable, he reattached the faucet and installed a water pipe at the top connector of the bottle. This way, the water filtered for the first time could undergo a second filtration through the pipe. It's important to note that the second bottle must be positioned lower than the first to allow for smoother water flow. After attaching the faucet to the top of the second bottle, he filled the bottles with sand and stones. First, he poured large stones into the bottom layer until it reached a quarter of the bottle's height. Then, he added coarse river sand until it filled halfway. At this point, he placed leftover charcoal from his mother-in-law's cooking. It's essential to use a generous amount of charcoal because its porous structure strongly absorbs impurities. Charcoal helps remove chlorine, organic matter, heavy metals, and other contaminants and odors from the water. He repeated the same process for the second bottle with the same sand, stones, and charcoal before checking the results. At first, the water coming from the faucet was still cloudy, but when he tightened the valve, the water slowly flowed into the bottle, passed through several layers of filtration, and finally reached the other bottle. When we turned on the faucet on the second bottle, something incredible happened. The once muddy water instantly turned crystal clear as top-grade water. His mother-in-law was left speechless by the transformation. It was simply magical. To make the change even more visible, he poured 2 glasses of water, one before and one after filtration. So have you ever used a filtration system like this in your daily life? What do you think of its principles? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you liked it, don't forget to like and follow. Out of 1 billion points, how many would you give him?